Charles was a great humanitarian. He loved the citizens of Paterson. He loved serving with the police department. He just had a quality about him, a very easy quality, very sincere, very trustworthy, and I think his place is in heaven right now, and he's looking down on everybody. So that's what I have to say about Charles.
And your name, sir?
James Buckley.
Nice to meet you, Mr.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anytime, I appreciate
Thank you.
My dad was the best and finest male figure you can ever have in a man. My father never cut corners. He never make waves, and he always told me, whatever you do, son, whether it's cleaning toilets, picking up garbage, or being the president, do the very best you can in all things you do. And just keep it moving forward. You will have some hard times, you'll have some bad times, you'll have some ups and downs. But the bottom line is, as long as you go through it, say your prayers. Because a man gets on his knees to send the prayers up so the blessings will come down. You'll be all right. I love you, Dad, and we talk every day. I'm on the road, I drive 80, 90,000 miles a year, and I always had those conversations with Dad. I'm gonna miss him. He's gonna be in my heart forever. And I know he's gone to a better place, but I know he's not suffering. So I love you, Dad, and thank you. Thank you for raising me from a baby to a boy to a man to the man I am today. Thank you.
And the Paterson Police Department.
What type of guy was he?
Great guy, humble, loving, caring. Even the worst enemies out in the street, he always cared for them and treated people very fairly. So
this is Kenny, boy. This is Dad's best friend, man. Put him on the map. This is the man. This is the man from Passaic, New Jersey, right into North Carolina. This is the man, Kenny. I vouch for him. I approve this message. I'm not going to election.
That was good. I was a good friend of his. He's a very good friend. I consider him my mentor as well. He was a great man. He helped a lot of people, and he helped me in particular back in the day when I was a young man. But I later became a police officer myself, and in another town. But I rose up in the ranks, and once I eventually made it a captain. And once I made it to lieutenant, he had the honor. I asked him if he would do the honor of pinning my lieutenant bars up, and he did. And I was also his neighbor, as well as he was a very good friend. But I considered him a mentor. I tried to pattern a lot of my life after his life when it comes to police work. I just admired the way he handled police work, and I tried to pattern myself after him. Yeah, great man, great man.
I'll just say to the family, good luck to the family, and sorry, about cancer, and I'm glad I was able to make it through. And peace to the family.
My favorite part about Charles Council is when he would sing, if I could help somebody. I love his singing. Anytime he sang, I used to try to follow him just to listen to him. He was not only a good singer, he was an excellent detective. He really took care of his people. And when I say his people, I'm talking about black people. He treated them with kindness, and I loved him for that. And his son, I knew his son very well. He was a very nice kid like his father, growing up, and his daughter. I said I loved them both. And his wife, when I'm talking about his wife, she was an excellent wife, took him everywhere she went. Another singer, another choir leader. They were such a good match, and I know she's going to really miss him as much as I will miss him.
This is what's up. Listen, this is not a sad occasion.
It's old school.
This is a celebration of old school, new school. We're teaching the next generation generation what they need to do and how to get it done. Because this is what it's all about. Get it done, make it happen, stop making excuses. My father left a generation and an alternate eagle to let you know that failure is not an option and you got to go forward. Simple as that.
That's right. That's right.
Minister of the House, Dr. Maddox, and all clergy that are here in attendance. And it's so good to see just a room full of people to honor my father. I just want to say good evening and thank you. And those that were in the military, I want to say thank you for your service, for keeping us safe. I don't have many words to say because if you know me, you know how I felt about my father, about my dad, for sure. And I don't know if people knew. I mean, they saw the outward part of him when he was part of the community and when he left every day and gave so much. But I don't know if people know little things about him, like he loved photography. He would sit up all night reading books and newspapers and gun and ammos because he's got to make his bullets so he can go hunting in the morning and sight in his rifle. And he loved animals. He had a gentleness about him with animals. I went down to visit with him a couple of months ago and I went to put something in the garbage and there was I opened up the lid and there was a possum and said, shh! And I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? And my father's like, oh, don't bother the baby. It's just the baby. And I'm like, and he would go out and get right behind the back of the neck of the possum and pull him up and Dad was just fine with it, but that was his way. Am I not right? Trustee is not right? All right. enjoyed his motorcycle, his Goldwing, and he loved his cars. And I know he taught Carl, but I know he taught me how to change my oil and how to change a head gasket off of a '65 Mustang. So he was quite a man. He was in an orchestra, and the song that he used to love to sing is Unchained Melody. Oh my love, my darling, I hunger for your touch. I remember going to different restaurants. Dad would take us to Stradatos and other places, and the pianist would have him come up and he would sing for the whole audience. And he was just an amazing individual in that sense. With that said, I just want to make sure I tell my daughter Courtney wanted to make sure that she said her pop was a loving and sweet man, and she'll always love him, and she wants to be like him because she wants to be in law enforcement. But with that being said, on behalf of the Council family, the Miles family, the Phelps family, we thank you. We thank you so much for your love and your prayers. We have felt them, and they have sustained us, and we thank you so very much. I know it's hard. It's truly very hard. But as I've told people, 90 years is a good measure of life. And you just can't be mad. At least I can't be. My heart is truly cleared. I loved him. He loved us. And like I said, 90 years is something to be said. And one last thing, I don't know if people know that the reason why he became a police officer is because he wanted to find his father. And once he found his father at the age of 40, 42, my father has always been an only child, and his mother died quite young, and his father wasn't around, and it was interesting. He found his family that he never knew, for it to be only his small, his children. Once he found his father, who only lived in East Orange, New Jersey, and he never knew that. So close, but so far. He lived in the Parks Department, and when he finally found him, he lived about 6 months. And when the obituary was posted, because I remember we were on vacation, we had to come back, and they said your father had passed, and my father wasn't going to do much. And this woman in Franklin, Virginia, called and said, "That's our brother. Can we bring him home?" And my father's like, "Who is this?" And he said, "You didn't know, but your grandfather had 7 children, and he outlived his wife, and he married a woman with 7 children, and they had 7 children, so he had 21 uncles and aunts." So for someone that didn't have anybody to have this family that he didn't know, that was just so accepting and so loving, just made such a difference. So with that, I won't go on any further, but I just wanted to acknowledge just some friends of mine, some family that came far and near, friends that came from New York and Atlanta, and so old workers and current workers, and I just want to say the love of my heart, I really appreciate it all. And at another time, I'll acknowledge you all, for sure, but I thank you for coming out. I thank you for your support. I thank you for the love of Patterson, because Patterson folk can't love you like nobody else. So I'm proud to say that. Thank you.